What's up? Poppa up in the house. Yeah, man. So go ahead and hit that subscription button if you haven't already. Hit the like button and make sure you leave me a comment to let me know what you think about this video right here. So let's get started on this 2008 Chevy Tahoe that I worked on the door panels for the vehicle. And we're going to show you the process and what they look like in the end. So let's get started. Yeah, I tell you, these doors came out sweet. Check it out. All right, so these are the pods that was on the vehicle prior to me getting it, and when I got it, I went ahead and took these off because we're going to do an upgrade. There was 2 8s in the door, but the customer wanted 8 total, but 4 each door. Alright, so this is what the panel looks like, the actual door itself. There's a little bit of wiring in there that we straighten out at the end, and these are what the 2 panels look like off the vehicle with those pods on it. So I put it on my table and went ahead and looked and seen there were set screws that the panel was screwed to, and there was a tweeter behind there, so we took it out, so it left 3 big holes. Now I'm getting ready to go ahead and explain to you about these 3 holes here right now. Alright, it's not the end of the world because there are holes right here already. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some grill cloth, cover this up because I don't want to thicken this up. I just want a thin layer, and then throw some fiberglass resin on top of this. And then whenever I get ready to make my layer, then I can go ahead and take this all off. That way my my mold won't fall through these holes. It's important that I have at least a base right here to grab on in case I need to come over here and make to attach everything. So the grill cloth is just going to make a little base right here, and then that way the fiberglass will lay on, and then it'll contour to everything. I use grill cloth because it's thin, and you don't have to really worry about it not capturing some of the grooves that are in here already. So I'll go ahead and cover this up. Alright, so that's a brief explanation of what I was doing. Here is the grill cloth that's stapled to the panel itself, and then here it is where I cut it off. And I decided not to go ahead and resin that in and harden it because I was going to already cut that out anyway. So here's the back side of the panel. Nothing to remove here as of right now. So I'll go ahead and mask this off with painter's tape. This painter's tape is good. I've used it several different times. I've built several different doors with using this. And I just recently found out about the automotive tape, which you'll see in this next, well, not the next one, but a couple of down. Right now I'll do the tracing here, and this is where I want the panel to end in each area of the mold. And yeah, like I said, I did use the automotive tape later on, and I found out that this is a lot more stickier. So it adheres to the panel much better, but it's very expensive. It's not cheap. So if you want to use painter's tape, you can. Alright, so here's the cutout for the 8s that I needed to reference where I was going to lay out the positioning on the panel. And I was going to come up with this design right here, but that just didn't work. It was too narrow, so I came up with this one. Went ahead and cut the holes out and put it on the door to make sure that everything was going to fit properly, and make sure it's going to be inside of that cut line. That way I could make sure that the doors was going to fit properly, or the panel was going to fit properly. So here's the pictures of the 8s inside of there. We're going with some Apocalypse 8s. I think those were the Arnolds. And here is the panel of me making an extra one. So it's going to be double baffled. And here's the trim piece that's on there. And we put the 8s in there and realized that the trim piece is going to be hitting up against that surround there, or the outside area of the speaker. So we went ahead and did a small recess to set it down in the door. It actually came out really nice. This is 1/2 inch board, so it makes a 1-inch panel, or template that we're using for the door. Now these are the Apocalypse tweeters. They just put in the door as well. So here's the mold that I made for it, and as you can see, those trace lines are still in there for reference points to whenever I take this off. As you can see here, the grill cloth stayed on there and made the contour really nice. So as you can see right there, I made a little boo-boo over there in the left hand side of the mold. Once I put it back on there, I realized that I didn't have enough at the bottom to make the curve whenever I start trimming it up. So this is an easy fix right here. All you do is mask it off like so, and then once it's masked off, go ahead and redo the fiberglass.
Here's something I found on the web. According to
Alexa, stop. She just likes to talk. I don't know what her problem is. But anyways, now we're back to the panel here, and you see the hard cardboard is wrapped around the base piece of the insert, and then we'll put the second panel on the inside here in a little bit. But what I want to do first is cut this out and make sure that my insert will fit inside of the door. And as you can see, both are in there, as well as the trim piece. So it fits in the door very nicely. Alright, so now we're going to put it to the door, and then we got a test fit inside of the door. I don't show it on this, but it did fit properly, and we had enough clearance. So here is where I am putting filler on the door and sanding it down. And this is where the screws are in the back that actually holds the panel to the door. And here it is screwed to the door to make sure that everything fits very nicely. So it does, and we know that we got our clearance. So now it's time to wrap this sucker and get it done. So we use that vinyl that I told you about, that pebble black vinyl. So you go to my Amazon store to check that out, and here is the red suede that I put on the door to make it pop for the vehicle itself, and then the trim piece is wrapped in black suede. LEDs are added to complement the underglow tones that are on the vehicle, and this door looks very, very nice. I almost took my panels off and put these on there. But yeah, these things are very nice. It came out really good. Compliments the truck. Very nice. And went ahead and put it in. Got it all wired up. And yeah. Got the flashing lights on there. Look at this thing. Yeah, man. You can see those underglow tones on there too. So let's see what it sounds like. And this is just the 8s playing for right now. This is so nice. Look at those seats. Steering wheel. Everything matches. Be all good. Please make sure you comment on this video. Let me know what you think about these doors. And don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you throw me a like. Yeah, man.